Lee Gibson, he's enjoying his work at the moment. Much more enjoyable than watching his favourite team, Everton, that's for sure. And he's been there and done it as a competitor, just 30 years of age.
He's going to love you, Jim. That's twice you've mentioned Everton.
I have. We'll call it quits now. 16 large dogs in reverse order then for this morning's placings. First, Improving Tracy Flower from Arundel with 8-year-old Barbie.
Fairly straightforward start. Over 1, over 2, over 3. Although they're on an angle, they actually present as a straight line over to the spread. Sharp turn into the tunnel, and as you see, they've got a 90-degree entry into the weaving poles. You're having to come around that jump, and now a straight approach to the A-frame, must make contact, and again a sharp turn into that tunnel, and again into the other tunnel, goes across the face of it and picks up a refusal through the tyre. Sharp turn over the Eukanuba jump, presented with the tunnel and the dog walk. Nicely done, a little slalom, then the pull in onto the seesaw. Here we go, touches the ground, just one fault, looks still it's going to be. What a great start there for Tracy Flower, Jim.
Excellent, just the 5 faults, 38 seconds, that is the benchmark then. And apart from that little 5 fault, that little refusal that Lee Gibson, who's been excellent form, spotted.
There we go, just running past the entrance to number 11, nicely demonstrated there.
Alan Smith, Border Collie, 6-year-old Chili from Milton near Abingdon. Look at that, ready to go. Wife's dog. Chili's away.
Didn't have the best of rounds in the jumping, so his wife will have had something to say about that, so he'll want to improve.
Undoubtedly. Tail wagging swiftly through the weaves. Sharp turn, that one. Look at that. Enjoying the work is Chili. In and out of the tunnel. Faultless so far and quick. It is quick. Leaping through the tyre. Nice tight turns. Good control from Alan and Chili. But sadly, the arms are crossed, Graham.
They are. As they come off the Eukanuba jump, the dogs are confronted by the entrance to the tunnel and the dog walk side by side. And the dogs will, probably 7 or 8 times out of 10, will always decide they fancy a tunnel because it's much more exciting. And Alan's got a smile on his face, which is fabulous to see.
Lucy O'Neill with Doug, 4-year-old Border Collie. Not too far for her to travel from Bicester in Oxfordshire. Lucy says the dog is a big, lovable idiot. Very special dog, though. Best friend. First time competing at Crufts together, and they are determined to enjoy every single second. Let us see how they go.
Her nerves will be jangling first time here at Crufts. I know that's something that she's always wanted to do, but she is a tremendously experienced competitor. Unfortunately, just taking the spread and this wrong entrance into the weaving poles. Looking at the judge, seeing what he's decided, what faults have been made up.
15 faults so far then. Going very wide, bit of wheel spin there on the Crufts carpet. This is an improving section. Shame about those faults though, and that is elimination, unfortunately. Well, they're enjoying themselves. They were determined to enjoy themselves, and when they look back at this, that's a shame for Lucy. But first time they're going to improve.
And it's a learning curve, and not only for her, but also for the dog. The dog is still only 4 years of age. Just on the turn as well, you've got the spread, and you're asking the dog to turn immediately after it. And the mistake in the poles, and again presents. And yep, and you can see Lucy running to the left, and the dog actually following her body.
First of 2 dogs for Laura Chudley from Birmingham. You watched these 2 this morning. You felt they were a little bit unsettled, didn't you, Graham?
Laura's got 2 dogs in this part of the competition. Great achievement to get 2 dogs. I just felt that Rodney was just a little bit unsettled this morning. Possibly the arena. You never know with our dogs whether they're on top forms or not, but most unlike him. but hopefully he's going to make up for him now. Fantastic weave entry there. Look at the way that Laura just leaves him to complete his job, let him get on with it, and then she gets herself in the best position for the next one, because the secret about competing well on carpet is you've got to tell your dog what's coming up next as early as you possibly can. We call it cueing.
This is quality so far from Laura and from 7-year-old Rodney. Up and down and a flying finish as well. That really is good. 38.1 seconds.
Puts him into the lead, and that's a true measure of that dog. Really did extremely well now. Showed us just how good a dog he is. Great. Look at Laura. She's got her hands up, getting the dog, telling it where she wants it to go. Quite often nowhere in sight. Great advert.
Lauren Langman with Tiki, 6-year-old border collie, quickly into the round as well. 38.1 seconds the time to beat. Weaves, tail flashing through the weaves there. That's really quick. Good 2 tight turns, good deceleration there. Up and down over that A-frame. This looks quality, this looks quick, this looks faultless.
That's what it's all about. It's not necessarily about out-and-out speed. It's about tight turns, really getting the dog to take the straightest line between 2 obstacles. That's the shortest distance, don't forget. Seesaw must touch the ground. This is going to be a great finish. Come on, Lauren. Oh, just a little slip there, but well done.
38, that's the quickest so far. First time at Crufts, and Lauren Langman and Tiki go top of the pile.
And the only thing you see there, Lauren, just telling the dog what to do with the harm. A great example there of the signals that they give to the dog. The only thing they can't do is they can't deliberately touch them. They can signal, they can shout, they can scream.
This is Jessica Clairhugh, coming off a wonderful 2014 then.
She really has. Jess has had a fantastic 12 months, and I suspect that she's going to do even better in 2015. She was part of the Great Britain silver winning medal team at the World Championships this last year. So fantastic, well done to her, and a great advert for British Agility.
And looking very good at the moment. Apologies for that, Graham. Looking very good with Cara, the 5-year-old border collie. Time to beat 38 seconds. And looking well up with that pace as they come towards the end of this round. Just keep an eye on the clock, keep an eye on that 38 seconds at the bottom. It's looking quicker. It is quicker. 37.2. Well done, Jess. Wonderful 2014 and 2015 going pretty well too, Graham.
No time wasted at all. She just makes it look so easy. She doesn't rush, but that helps the dog, because if the dog thinks you're rushing it, it starts to hurry and it just, everything goes wrong. Much appreciated by our judge there.
Natalie Mitchell, Teak, working sheepdog, 5 years of age, from Carmarthen, South Wales. Natalie, a member of the Great Britain squad this year. All composure from Teak. And away we go. Really quick through the early section. The times are getting quicker and quicker, and we wonder if Teak is going to improve on that 37.2 seconds. Up and down over the A-frame, scrambling through 5 faults there, unfortunately through the tunnel. Tight turn again. And apart from those faults, this is good and very, very quick as well.
You can just see how much these dogs really enjoy it, and they're coping with the carpet really well. Just came inside that jump, so we picked up a refusal there.
And the round finished in 37.3. But crucially, the faults there too, Graham.
And that was the fault there, unfortunately, just coming off before they did, and just comes inside. Really good decision there on the refusal by our judge.
Karen Marriott from Gainsborough, Lincolnshire, with Puzzle, 6-year-old collie cross, representing both England and Great Britain in Spain, Belgium and Italy. Qualified to compete on 3 different days, these two. Karen, another member of that British 2015 squad. Quality we're about to see.
really fortunate to have so many good dogs and handlers coming through this year. 2015 is going to be a fantastic year for us. You can see this dog, it's probably 8 years of age now, but it's going as well as it's ever done. Look at the speed into that tunnel.
Terrific speed and terrific control, terrific synchronization between dog and handler, between Karen and Puzzle as well. We are seeing such a high standard here, but unfortunately that will be an elimination. These things happen so quickly, and it's quick and it's cruel out there in the main ring, Graham.
It is. In an effort to try and get our dogs to go quicker and quicker, we're teaching our dogs to do what we call running contact, so we're not slowing them up as they get to the bottom of this equipment, and unfortunately it went round the back of that jump.
Hugely experienced Lee Windy from Sittingbourne with Pip, 6-year-old border collie. Lee, as all you Crufts viewers will know, a Crufts regular. I can remember him from here last year. You can remember many more than that.
And just a big intake of breath, and it's really important to try and settle yourself so that you're actually in control of everything that's going on. Nice controlled start. Lee, a very experienced competitor, he knows exactly what he wants to do. This isn't the be-all and end-all, don't forget, they're just trying to gain enough points to get through to this evening's final.
Absolutely right, that's a point well worth making. But terrific bragging rights for the quickest dogs here. Excellent stuff from the experienced Lee Windy and Pip, border collie. Quick and clean and faultless thus far. Up and down over that A-frame safely on the white patch at the bottom, so no faults for Lee Gibson. And that is good, and that is just outside the quickest time, but anything with a 38 seconds and a 0 faults, very, very tidy, Graham.
Just doing enough. He's not rushing the dogs off the end of the contacts. If he gets through to the final, you won't see him pausing on the end like that. It's hitting the ground through the collapsible tunnel, which is a sign of a good test of confidence. And the first thing he does is get his toy.
Lauren Langman with Fiji, 4-year-old border collie. Lauren saying, Fiji, a dog in a lifetime for me. Tries her heart out. First time at Crufts and couldn't wait to get started. Flies over those first 4 barriers and the 5th. In and out of the tunnel in the blink of an eye. Barking through the weaves again. Good technique through there. Tightly on those jumps. Up and down over the A-frame. All good, all good. Tunnel, no problem at all. Second tunnel, same. Through the tyre. This is a fine piece of work and a fine round thus far, and I should have kept quiet.
Commentator's curse. Just kept her shoulders going to the left there, and the dog came with her.
Just a lack of communication between Lauren and Fiji. Just 4 years of age. I'm sure they will both be back.
And you make a really good point there, Jim, about communication, and it is all about communication. Dogs have to be in no doubt. They can't read the numbers, and we're coming off the Eukanuba jump. And I don't know whether you can just see Lauren. She's already gone past it, and the dog decided to follow her. Really unlucky.
Simon Peachy, DJ, 9-year-old border collie. Simon with a fantastic agility career.
Well, he's not doing too badly now as well. He's here in the Crufts Singles, but yeah, with 4x4 turbo diesel, probably achieved just about everything there was to do. A great dog, and there's a lot of progeny coming through as we speak. So Simon will just be really pleased here, and he'll want to just show how good he still is and how good this dog is. And oh, went in the wrong side of the weaving post. See the judge's hand raised in a fist. 5 faults for a refusal. All is not necessarily lost though, because we're looking for the top 8 to go through from 16.
Yep, just a reminder that exciting and as on edge this is. It is qualifying for tonight's final. That is all important. So 5 faults thus far. Very useful time as well. It won't be too far outside the winning time at all. 38, anything with a 37 or 38 in front of it is very, very impressive. And I would imagine, watch out for Simon and for DJ later on.
Just correcting the weaves, which he had to do if he didn't want to be eliminated. And a great finish. And so the first thing the dog looks for is its reward and grabs hold of its tuggy.
Here's Will Rolfe, Scoot, 9-year-old border collie, and Graham, consistent performers these on the Crufts carpet.
You watch this combination, particularly the dog, and you don't think it's going very quickly, but this dog loves Crufts. It loves the carpet and has done consistently well and been a great dog for Will over the years, and he's still hoping to carry it on. And as I say that, he gets the dreaded 5 faults and the elimination for doing the long jump. So that's totally my fault. I'll have to go and apologise.
I don't think so. I think we might look at the pair out there in the ring. I wouldn't carry the can for that one completely. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. I think we were hoping for a real excellent performance from Scoot. 9 years of age, probably her last appearance at a high-profile competition, and that was why you were sort of willing round. But it'll now, well, of course we can't write them off. We never know, but I wouldn't think we'll see them tonight.
You look, we had a dog running in a previous competition, was 14, and it's been its last competition for several years. And again, there we are. And as the dog represents for the weaves, hops over the corner of long jump, which counts as the wrong obstacle in the wrong order.
And Laura Chudley returning, this time with Troy, a 4-year-old border collie. Laura, who's already had an impressive performance a bit earlier on.
This is Troy again, just taking the time to compose herself. She just go back and check that the dog's steady in the wet. The last thing she wants the dog to do is to start out of control, and before she is ready, she'll want to start off in a controlled manner, because if you start off in a controlled manner, then hopefully it will continue. If you start off in a rush, you never catch up with yourself, trust me, because I do that more and more these days. Here we go, really nice controlled weight. Nice making a straight line out of that, it's the quickest time. Really good turn there into the weaves, just waiting, letting the dog find its entry into the weaving poles, misses the pole, 5 faults for a refusal.
Recovered pretty well though, went back through those weaves again, so just the 5 points taken away. Just flicked on the wide at the bottom of the A-frame, so that's okay. Picking up speed now, impressive speed that could be good enough to go through barring any more faults, and that sadly is an elimination.
Again, that's the trouble with that piece of equipment. The tunnel sticks out from the side of making effectively the dog walk wider, so you have to run round it. The dog always likes to follow your shoulders. Just showing us what a good weight. And there we go, doesn't go in between the first and second poles, just barking his annoyance at that. Just makes contact with that. And again, look at her, she's trying to get round that tunnel and just pulls the dog wide.
Big Scottish support for Alan Short from Kirkcaldy, with Bruce, appropriate name, 5-year-old. Lots of Scots here in the main arena at the NEC making their presence felt. And away we go. Oh, clatters that 4th obstacle, really clattered it. Haven't seen that happen too often. Will Bruce recover and get his act together? Just the 5 faults so far.
We've seen quite a few faults racking up, just 5s and 10s here and there, so it's the combined results of two runs, so they've got to keep going. Just because they've picked up 5 doesn't mean to say it's the end of the world for them. So.
It's very quick though, it's very quick. Blasted through those tunnels, and 37.0. Well, that's really quick. In fact, that is the quickest round we have seen so far. What a shame that there was just that slight blemish with those faults, but no problem about the pace.
No, and obviously lost a bit of space, lost a bit of time knocking over the long jump. So people say, oh, well, my dog had 5 faults but the quickest time. But if they'd have kept the pole up, they may not have been quicker.
So we are ready to go. This is
Quincy, 6-year-old border collie from Watford Village in Northamptonshire. Fantastic dog. Matthew Goodliff. Just one to go after this. Quincy's represented Great Britain on 3 separate occasions. He's also in the current squad. Should be quality, of course, second quickest this morning to get in this position, and looking good, looking so at home on the Crufts carpet, scrambling up and down, slight hesitation there.
Dog performs really well on carpet, picked up a bronze medal at the European Championships in 2013, which was a great achievement for this pairing.
Bit of a hesitation at the end of the dog walk there, but the time is very, very good at the moment. Really is a quick time. 37.3. Well, there haven't been too many quicker than that. That's a fine effort from Quincy and Matt Goodliff.
And that was with a hesitation, because what he wanted to say to the judge was, look at this, my dog's got it, don't you dare mark him.
So what that tells us, ladies and gentlemen, is that this...
Last of the large dogs, best this morning, Scandal, 6-year-old Border Collie. Charlotte Harding from Bristol, the handler, been doing agility for 15 years. Scandal, Charlotte's 3rd dog. They've represented Great Britain, European and World Championships. Last year won the silver medal at the World Championships. A 1 in a million, says Charlotte, is Scandal. A privilege to run her. Off she goes.
Another one of 2014's Golden Girls, together with Chess Claire Hugh. They had an absolutely fantastic year. Silver medal at the World Championships, which is just, people just can't understand what an achievement that is. Yes, she had 2 or 3 other team members. She finished top of the pile here from the jumping this morning. You can see why this dog covers the ground so quickly, so smoothly. Charlotte just taking the time to wait for the dog and make sure there's no doubt, keeping this communication going. Onto the seesaw. This is going to be a great round, and I think it's going to be well in touch, Jim.
Well in touch, well in touch. It's a 35. Woo! It's a 35.9 in there. Absolutely outstanding. So the form coming through. We will see more of these two, and they are established as the partnership to beat, Charlotte Harding and Scandal.
It's the smalls, actually. It's the wee ones. So, of course, adjustments for our second qualifier, remember. We've already done that one section of the smalls.
Applause from Judge Lee Gibson.
Now, of course, there's those contacts coming to it as well.
Here we go then, the results. Charlotte Harding, absolutely superb. With Scandal, that last to go and the quickest, the only one in the 35s. And ticking through, pick out your own individual favourites in those results. Remember, the top 8 it'll be that we will see more of this evening. And here are the qualifiers then from the large dogs section. Here we go. The 8 qualifiers for this evening's final, with Charlotte leading the way, down to Laura, and that's we'll look forward to seeing all of those in action a bit later on. 10 dogs to go, the small section. Louise, Eden and Furch to lead us off from Jersey. First time at Crufts. Qualifying in his first full season, just 3 years of age. Little Sheltie scampering around.
This is the small part of the same competition. Everything's exactly the same, picking up 5 faults there. The only thing that's altered is the height of the jumps and the long jump and the tyre. The course is exactly the same, and this is an absolutely fantastic little dog. Still quite young, but it's only 3 years of age. Bearing in mind you can't start competing in this country till they're 18 months. A really great advert, and there aren't as many competitions in Jersey, which is unfortunate, but she doesn't need them. Look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. Got to wait for the T-saw to tip. Oh, she's run around this dog.
My goodness me. Just when it looked as though the job was done. A few faults picked up at the end there. Scampered around. Did Furch.
And just, you start to relax, and that's what happened. I think she just assumed the dog was going to go through it. Such a shame for Louise there.
Pip 7-year-old toy poodle from Wantage, Lee Harfield, the handler, 3rd year running competing at Crufts for Lee. Pip is
10 dogs and handlers in this particular part. So again, you have to just keep going. If you pick up a fault, don't give up, keep going. It's still a combination of the 2 parts, which will go through to the final. Look at this, lots of enthusiasm, lots of encouragement from the handler. You can do anything you want, the only thing you can't do is touch them. And this poodle's having a great time, Jim.
He's having a great time and no fear, relishing all the obstacles, but just going the wrong way around there. And once again, Lee Gibson's right arm is raised to signify 5 faults. 5 faults, but the time is more than decent. Another 5 faults there.
So 1 refusal, 5 faults, and 1 ordinary set of 5 faults, and another set for missing the contact on the seesaw. So 15 in total.
Just missed that contact, but it was an entertaining round, picking up those 15 faults. Did Pip. Just missed the contact point.
That was being generous, I think, Jim. Just missed.
Yeah, the white bit at the end.
And also a couple of time faults, I think, as well.
Mr. Big, toy poodle, 5 years of age, Mark Wingate Wynn from Derby. They are off and running. And off and running very, very quickly and very successfully. Scampers out of the tunnel. Beautiful through the weaves. That's terrific stuff. They're in good sync at the moment, these two. And 5 faults, just missed the contact point coming off the 8th rein. Scuttles through the tunnels. And that tyre.
And that's what happens. You start to push and you start to just hurry things. Doesn't normally miss a contact, this dog. Very experienced pairing, represented Great Britain at the European and the Worlds. Has to wait for the seesaw to touch. Collapsible tunnel, last one. Yes, well done, Mr. Big.
A big round from Mr. Big, the poodle.
Look at that hair. Yeah, and a clear miss there. Again, another one of Lee's easier decisions.
Linda Evans from New Forest in Hampshire with Dot. Now Linda shattered her heel back in September, 12 weeks on crutches. She is delighted to have made it to the ring here at Crufts.
Look at this little thing go. It's just... This is why I just love agility so much. This dog is having a ball. It's not competing, it's not business, this is just fun.
Just a slight miscommunication there, but they got away with it. Lost a couple of precious seconds perhaps. Barking and scampering, we were promised a noisy round and we're getting it, a full 360 there. A little bit of extra space covered. Hopping around, it's still good, it's still faultless. And they're cracking round, that is 41.8 and no faults. Big applause for Dot from the New Forest in Hampshire.
He's having an absolute ball, and you see he does a 360 there, not classed as a refusal by the judge because he hadn't actually presented onto the dog walk. So again, a bit of judge's discretion there, but a good decision there by our judge.
41 seconds now, the benchmark. We're looking at Keane, Suzanne Phillips from Sutton, a rescue from the Dogs Trust, 4th successive year competing here at Crufts, called Mr. Perfect by those who know him well, and full of confidence, tail wagging, an air of someone who's been there and done it, this one.
A lot of agility dogs come from rescue centres. They do some great work, and it's absolutely fantastic activity for rescue dogs. Oh, you little tinker! He was off over that Eukanuba, jumped like a dose of... Yeah. And you say, but literally that happened in the space of half a second. And if you're not on top of them the whole way round, they use unexpected things. But come on then, he's just going to show us how good he is, and a great big finish here.
Yep. And the last one, more faults, but it didn't really matter anyway. And you little tinker, you said there when that round went awry.
Well, that was in lieu of anything else, you might say, when the dog goes over the wrong jump, gets you eliminated at Crufts. But he had a great time and just missed timing his jump there.
Neil Harding, Bex from Frome in Somerset, working Cocker Spaniel. Runs in the family, this one, doesn't it, the Hardings?
Yes, Charlotte's also competing here at Crufts and doing very well. Unexpected call up here for Neil. Last minute, unfortunately, one of the dogs that was due to compete hasn't been very well, so it was withdrawn. So he's just breathed a massive sigh of relief, and I know he wants to do really well for the poor girl whose dog isn't very well.
Doing pretty well so far. 41 seconds the time to beat. They're well up with the clock. Lee Gibson, the judge, has just signified the first 5 faults coming towards the end of the round. Seesaw, wait for that seesaw to drop up and down safely off that through the final tunnel. And that is really quick. 40.3 is the quickest time. Just those few faults that he picked up.
And clearly, only an inch in it, but that's all it takes. You've got to get just a toenail on that not to be faulty.
Small dogs continue with Otis, miniature poodle, 6 years of age, from Bedford. David Wright is the handler. David Wright getting in a bit of a twist there, but it all worked out okay. Tiptoeing his way through those weaves. On to the next obstacle, tight turn, up and down over the A-frame. It's all good and clean so far. Tunnel, zipping through there. Second tunnel, same result. Loving going through the tyre, loving that tight turn as well. This was good, and then decided to have another taste of the tunnel.
And again, that's the handler running to get around the tunnel and dragging the dog with them, because dogs, all of this is done with body language just about, so 80 to 90%, and the voice literally is just a backup. And there we can see him running past the tunnel, taking the dog with him, and the dogs like the tunnels.
Rosie Cavill from Newport in South Wales, Cocker Spaniel, Spice. Rosie in the World Championship team last year and in this year's squad as well. Great things expected here then. All took a big wide turn there, big wide turn.
I think that was a diversion. I don't know about a wide turn, but this is a tremendously experienced pairing. Although Rosie, I can tell you, and she won't mind me telling you, she is an absolute bag of nerves before any big competition. But how she holds it together, I don't know. But they do it fantastically well. All she needs to do is just avoid getting faults. There are only 10 people taking part in this one. Nice contact. Oh, and she let her go around the back, Rosie.
Oh dear, oh dear. Little pause, just a little pause. Well, Rosie's saying that every run with Spice is amazing fun. This has been fun. Sadly, an elimination, though. As naughty as the day I brought her home. A bit naughty out there too, eh?
He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. He's had a great time. He really is enjoying himself.
41 seconds the time to beat Amy Lawson, Shelty, 8 years of age, Fudge from Shaftesbury in Wiltshire, the penultimate dog in the small category of these Crufts Singles on the second day of Crufts 2015 at the NEC. Amy and Fudge just settling down, asking for a bit of quiet. We'll hush here before the action. Wait. Says okay, off we go. Hops over the second. Third is good. Fourth nice and clean as well. Good tight turn, that one. Not going wandering at all like previous dogs. Through the tunnel. Fault though, entered those weaves incorrectly. Back and does it okay second time, but 5 faults has been accrued. Up and down over the A-frame. Good hop off there, and it was legal as well, Graham.
Just about. The judge is in the best position. He stood right there, giving himself every opportunity to make the right decisions. Here we go, over the dog walk, having to run around it, almost tripping over it. Picking up another fault on the dog walk.
Yup, just missed that contact point at the end of the dog walk. But it's a good, tidy time. 44.9 is the time, and 10 faults as well for Amy and for Fudge from Shaftesbury in Wiltshire.
Again, the shoulders facing towards the way they want the dog to come, and it went into the wrong pole. Really, really unlucky there. But great action through the weaving poles.
Last of the small dogs, handler Bernadette Bay, Shetland sheepdog Zaz, 6 years of age, from Fittleworth in West Sussex, into their round. These are a very, very experienced pairing. They've been there and done it and won it, and will have high hopes in this competition, justifiably so. Keep an eye on the clock, keep an eye on the faults. 41 seconds the time, no faults at the moment.
Probably Great Britain's most experienced and successful handler. She's won 5 championships or challenge certificates this year, which I think must be almost, oh, and I've done it again, must be almost some sort of record. 5 faults, so we're just going to have to wait and see whether that puts her into the final or not. But a great round there from Bernadette Bay.
38.3 is a really, really quick time as well. And here where the faults were accrued, just missed the contact point at the end of the dog walk. Here we go then, Dottie's lucked top of the pile. Linda Evans, just under 42 seconds and no faults. An outstanding effort. And those are the qualifying dogs then that we will see later.
Absolutely, Mike. Okay, so we are on to the last section now, and it's the mediums. So exactly the same format, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go then, here are the qualified through to the final later on. Just those 4 dogs qualifying for the final. First of 10 dogs in the medium section of the Crufts Singles. Helen Anderson with Demon, 9-year-old Kelpie from Norwich. Graham, you love those Kelpies, don't you?
I do like Kelpies, yes. They are not the easiest to train, and
wow.
Unfortunately, they're picking up an elimination. What happened was the dog started to creep forward, started to angle round it, and unfortunately Helen didn't notice, and it came round and then back jumped. I was about to say, this is one of my favourite pairings. I love watching this pair work. As I say, Kelpies, I was starting to say just now, are not the easiest of dogs to train, but when you get one to this standard, they really do set the world alight.
We'll
so
have
such a shame for them.
Sorry, Graham, we'll have another look at that, at what happened there at the start after this round, an elimination here. Then not seen that before. I don't think I've seen it before in my brief experience at Crufts. You probably have, but we'll just see exactly what happened there to Helen and to Kelpie. Disqualified almost before a punch was thrown in boxing parlance.
Exactly, but she's made up for it now, and a great finish, and the dog's still happy. As you say, gone to get its favourite toy. Dog ran round the first jump, she didn't see what happened, and then it jumped the second jump and back over the first one. That's elimination. Unlucky.
Jenny Lambert from the hamlet of Fimber near York with Wiz, 3-year-old border collie. First timers at Crufts. Wiz loves her agility. Also qualified for the championship class on Sunday. More successful start from Viz, slipping and sliding over the surface here, sliding again. 5 faults are going through the weaves, spotted by Lee Gibson, up and down over the A-frame, and that will be an elimination as well. Another truncated round, I suppose we could say, Graham.
Really unlucky there. As you say, you've got the opportunity to go back and put things right, but unfortunately, because things happen so quickly, you don't always think as clearly as everything goes. So, but there are only 10 in this again, so you just have to keep going. You have to think on your feet and try and correct any mistakes before they become an elimination, because 5 faults could get you into it. So quite obviously misses the entrance, doesn't complete them correctly, and she just decides to carry on, which is unfortunate.
Nicola Wildman from Blackpool, Zoom, 9-year-old Kelpie, another of your Kelpies, rescue dog. Due to be drowned as a puppy, this one, before she was rescued. Great story. Got on to fantastic success in the current Great Britain squad as well. That's what you call a comeback.
It is 8 years of age, but it seems to have been around for a long time. Won well in the juniors, done well in international competition, and unfortunately just picking up a 5 for a refusal there, but a great dog, also sometimes handled by a brother, Adam. Barking and enjoyment all the way around. They don't get penalised for barking, luckily.
Zoom letting us know that she is around. And not a bad effort, this one, not a bad effort at all, as they come towards the finish. 41.9, just under 42 seconds, and just the 5 faults as well. Karen Gibbons and Willow, Shetland Sheepdog, 6 years of age, from Gloucester, 3rd year at Crufts in both the singles and team events. Very, very vocal around the course is our Willow. Off we go. Good start. Good start. She's letting us know that she is around. And just missing the tunnel, unfortunately. Going to have to go back and correct that. Well done, Willow.
Fortunately, Karen just trying to take a little bit of a shortcut, not wanting to go just that extra pace to make sure she pushed the dog out for the tunnel. Assumed it would do it, and it didn't, unfortunately. But still, only on 5 faults. Really, I keep stressing this, you've got to keep going with only 10 people in it. Anything can happen.
Absolutely, keep going. You don't know what the other competitors are going to do. Qualification is the name of the game. Seesaw comes down safely. And there's the finish as well, 45.3, and a few faults too.
Having an absolutely fantastic time. Just the dog saw her stopping short and just decided to question her, and unfortunately she wasn't in a position at that stage to correct it.
So our next dog is on the line. This is Maybe, agility champion on Brian's.
Look at this. Sian Illingworth.
Sian Illingworth with Maybe. Shirley in Surrey, 5 years of age, Border Collie, European champion in 2013 for Team GB. Good competitors, these two. Tail wagging through the weaves. This is a tight old turn, that one. That's really quick over the A-frame. Tunnels successfully negotiated.
This is a great combination, great pairing. Those Channel 4 listeners will probably have seen her making an appearance on Sunday Brunch.
A few of the viewers would as well, Graham.
Oh!
Right at the end, right at the end. Just on that seesaw. What a shame that was for Sian. Maybe.
And these days, these are rubber coated, so bearing in mind the dog just got no traction on there, tried to stop, and unfortunately the rules are the rules. Didn't touch the ground before the dog got off.
Ashley Butler, Pudsey from Wellingborough, 9-year-old cross, has won 9 championship classes, represented Great Britain twice. All of you Britain's Got Talent viewers from a few years back will recognise this one. Does this in the spare time these days when not involved in commercial activities. It's what a panto as well in their lives.
This is what Pudsey does on his day off. Absolutely fantastic. He's going particularly well as well. Ashley doesn't get as much time to practice her agility as she used to do, but both this pair just absolutely love it, and they have a great time.
They obviously enjoy the spotlight. They perform well in the spotlight. And they're a very good close-knit combination as well. This is looking very, very good. Very good indeed. 38.5 and 0 faults. That is talent, proper talent. From Pudsey, from Ashley Butler. Number 1 as things stand.
Great performance, Pudsey as usual, telling Ashley how much fun he's having, barking his enjoyment all the way around. Enjoyed by our judge there, as you can see.
Tracy Flower on ballet from Oundle. 5-year-old Border Collie. Off we go. Shrill shriek of go. Good tight turn. Tunnel is fine. Little bit of hesitation, wasn't quite sure going into the weaves, but that's all clean. And the times are just getting quicker and quicker. We now hope for a faultless round.
If they've got any sense, they'll have been out in the collector ring watching what's going on in the big screens at the back where they can watch what's going on, watching other people getting faults. But when you try and be more careful, there's more of a chance. Or again, we almost had that, I want to be careful, and almost overdid it.
Was careful. Precious seconds, though. That might just cost. 38 the time to beat, and just outside it. And for me, that was right at the end of the dog walk that those precious seconds slipped away, but still a very good time.
A tactical run, I think you probably call that. She was not going to miss that, but of course the dog having stopped, she had to tell it to go again, so then you risk the dog jumping off.
Rebecca Sargent with Dolly, 6-year-old Border Collie from Warrington in Cheshire. Green Park, the green carpet here at Crufts, one of her favourite places. And a very quick dog indeed, this one. Rebecca a bit concerned whether she can keep up with her.
Really pleased for this pairing. They've really come together over the last few years. Becky's confidence in her own abilities and the dog's abilities have just blossomed, and they're doing fantastically well. And I'm really pleased because there's a lot of work goes into training these dogs. It might look easy sat up here and at home, but I can tell you it's really difficult, and there have been hundreds of hours of practice gone into this.
Just a slight pause at the end, but no faults. Just keep an eye on the clock. It's going to be close, this. 38 seconds to beat. It's going to be very, very close indeed. And it is 37.3. That is the quickest. Well done, Rebecca. Well done, Dolly.
Fantastic, and there's more in the tank, believe me, from that dog. She played that really carefully. You said there was a slight pause, but again, that's just to say to the judge, look, my dog's got it.
Stephen Richardson, Libby, 8-year-old Patterdale Collie Cross into the penultimate round. Delighted to be back here at Crufts. Great dog this one has been over the years.
And Stephen's a great handler. He's been a member of the European Agility team, great team member, lots of enthusiasm, really enjoys life, loves his agility, and this is a great dog. It's done him proud over the years. Oh, a little bit wide there, almost had touched that Eukanuba jump, which would have been an elimination, even if they'd have brushed it.
We're talking about qualification here. Must have gone through those weaves so many times. Now, ironical it is. Pick up 5 points there. Seesaw, no worries, and obviously a bit of a slightly slower round, but they could well be in the shake-up with that.
They could, and then we have, oh dear, just turned around and questioned him. Such a shame. Oh, and just missed that.
Last dog in the medium section then, Natasha Wise from Long Buckby in Northamptonshire, very close by here. Dizzy, 8-year-old Border Collie. Natasha, 3 times world champion, won Olympia 5 times, top of her class.
Run out of superlatives, really. Not only is she a fabulous dog trainer and handler, she's also an extremely nice person as well, and she does take it so seriously. You wouldn't believe the amount of hard work and dedication she's put in to get this dog to where it is. Can it go wrong for her? Yes, it can, and I've seen it go wrong, but you've just got to sit back and admire this dog. Again, just holding the position, saying to the dog, you'll get it, because the next round I'm going to want to push you.
Nothing's gone wrong here so far. It's a very good time. It's a very good time. It is the best time. It is the best time, and 0 faults as well. Top of her class, we said. Top of the class so far. The reward for the dog as well. Sheer quality.
And look how much that means to her. I mean, that's just one of the qualification rounds, but she's trying to communicate to the dog that it's done brilliantly, and it is so good. I mean, just look, there is not a half a second wasted there at all. Just waiting for the dog and then making sure she pushes it before she moves. Creeping down there, she just holds it just for that half a second, because the next round she won't be holding it, trust me. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
There's also a notebook, because this is not a screen. This is the all-new Samsung Galaxy Note 4.
Just brilliant. And from Natasha Wise, the registered name up there, Dizzy, the name that we have been calling her here. 3 times world champion, 5 times unprecedented, that winner at Olympia, and the best combination so far. Those are the final standings then, and we can just let you know who we will be seeing later on. The qualifiers, which it has all been about, just getting through to the next stage. Natasha, Rebecca, Ashley and Tracy all qualifying for the final in the medium dogs section.
Lumbo can be fatal to dogs. Visit lumbo.co.uk or speak to your vet, because it can be prevented. Information provided by Bayer.
Okay, Graham, the questions keep coming in for us on YouTube.
Okay,
Super
so ladies and
Mishiru has
gentlemen,
asked,
it's
wants you
time
to
for
tell
the
him, can you
presentation
compete
of
in Crufts
awards.
Agility if you live outside of the UK? So many people joining us from outside the UK on YouTube.
Yes, you can. If you come over here and compete and you qualify at one of the competitions that qualifies you for Crufts, you can do. You can also be invited to compete in the international competition as a representative of your kennel club for your country.
Deserved recognition for our agility judge, Lee Gibson. And Charlotte Harding last to go in the large dog section. What form these two are in, Charlotte and Scandal. Best this morning, best this afternoon as well.
So what we need to know is where are all the girls, where are all the boys?
Next, we move on to the small section.
Well done, good job.
And the winner of the small section.
Second place, agility champion, Obo.
After Linda, we will get to Bernadette Bay, Saz, 6-year-old Shetland sheepdog from Fittleworth in West Sussex.